Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Guys, send out any last minute texts. Let's get the whole team on here. We will be getting started in 2 minutes, 3 minutes actually. We'll wait like a minute or so after 7 o'clock. All right, everyone. Hope everyone is having a super fantastic day.
What's up?
I appreciate that vote of
All
confidence.
right, guys, as y'all are jumping on board, if you would, mute your phone until I mute everyone. Again, send out any last minute text about the team call.
Come on.
It's on Tuesday night. I mean Thursday night.
I don't know what the mute people, so people don't know.
Which show comes on Thursday?
Okay. All right, guys, do we have Amy out there? Amy, take over. Start off the call, please.
Yes, sir. Hey, how's everyone? All right. Look,
Yeah.
I even have my notes. Aren't y'all proud? For once in my life, got it together, right? Okay, so first off, these are notes that some of the different leaders have messaged me with today that different people wanted me to cover. So we're just going to start through the list. We're going to start with a couple of, I'm just going to use the word compliance because that's just what most of us in the MLM industry are used to. I know that we don't have set policy and procedures necessarily on paper right now, but we are just going to give you some helpful hints and advice to keep us all out of trouble. When you are talking about the opportunity, about the comp plan, any of those things, we cannot make income claims. It's actually against the Federal Trade Commission for us to make income claims. So we need to avoid all income claim statements, which means you cannot post, I made $6,800 last month. That is an income claim. You can say, you can show what stuff is, but you cannot make an income claim. We need to avoid any post about the stock or the shares. Anything that has you have some powerful haters in the industry so with that being said, let's just avoid any posts that have the word stocks or shares or the share price or sharing services, any of that stuff. Let's just leave that off the internet and off online posts, and we'll cover all of our grounds that way. Third on that one, medical claims. Let's discuss what a medical claim is. This coffee, this Xanthamax, the chocolate, it does not cure or treat any disease or medical condition. And we cannot claim that it treats or it cures any medical condition. It is a weight loss, a weight management tool that we use, to help with those conditions, but you cannot make a medical claim. This is not a policy and procedure from the company. It is a federal thing. Like, you just simply cannot make medical claims. And not only can the company be held accountable for you making medical claims, you yourself can be held accountable for making medical claims. Like, people can sue you personally on that. Basically, and I was telling Chris this morning, and I said, you're going to know where this came from, but I'm just going to use it this way. If it says it on our website, or if it says it on the tub itself, or it says it on the bag itself, you can say it. That's pretty much. Somebody had mentioned something about some of the things in the Ellepreneur store brochures. Keep in mind, the Ellepreneur store is not associated with the company. So I don't know what everything is in those, but I'm just telling you, if it's on the bag, if it's on the tub, if it's on the bottle, if it's on the Elevosity or Ellepreneur website, then I think you're pretty much safe in saying it. That's pretty much a good rule of thumb on that. If you're having any type of, okay, that's all the negative. Now let's go on to some positive stuff. If you're having any type of issues with customers not getting, like, let's say they ordered dose and they had an empty bottle of Xanthamax, or they didn't get a Xanthamax, or they ordered 4 bags of coffee and they got 3, you need to send emails to shipping@elevosity.com, and in the attention in the subject line, put Robbie's name. So that is, if you have customers missing any type of product, things like that. Shipping@elevosity.com. Okay, so that's a good way if you're having issues with shipping to take care of those. Let's make sure that those of you who were not at convention, once again, we are talking about, you have to have 2 customers on auto ship a month for the check match things of those. So your promoters need to have 2 customers on SmartShip every month. And also on the slide, there was a screenshot slide of the comp plan, or of the advancement chart that has the ranks and things like that on there. To qualify for any of the lifestyle bonuses, you have to have a 240 PV. Just to make sure everybody's aware of that. This is just free advice from your leaders. All of us, Ricky, Chris, Ian, myself, Mike, Cassandra, Shane, all of us have a 240 auto ship, and we just leave it at that. That way none of us have to think about it. It's automatic. It runs. Kim, Sean, you guys all do that too. Like, we all have a 240 auto ship. That's what it sets. Now, you will normally order probably other product throughout the month, and anything you personally order does count for that. But I just want to make it clear, to qualify for any of the bonuses, your PV every month has to be 240. Okay, those are my notes that I had. And then Ricky wanted me to announce that there's going to be an event April the 7th in Houston. Katie Yarbrough, Wes Benson, myself, Ian, Chris, Ricky, I'm pretty sure all of us are doing that. So that's what I know about it. I just know Ricky called me this morning and said, hey, you need to be in Houston April 7th. And I said, okay, I'll make it happen. So that's what I know about the Houston event. He will probably hop on and give us some more information about that. Also, when we're wanting to starting on Monday night, we want to recognize people that have not hit platinum yet, but yet have hit their Striper 5, or have hit, have done something awesome, have signed somebody, have done 5 customers in a week, whatever you guys want their recognition to be. Please send me a message before next Monday, and we are going to start doing some recognition for people other than just people that are platinum and above. So it's going to be anybody that has not hit platinum yet that we would like to highlight and talk about. So that would be phenomenal. My shout out this week is going to go to Shane McCardle, and he signed an awesome new rock star who has put in like 5 people this week with big packs and stuff like that. So he's rocking it out. So Shane, do you have anything you want to add about that on your week or how it's going, how that happened, and any way to duplicate it?
Actually, thanks very much for the shout out, guys, but it wasn't me. It was a promoter under me that managed to Amber. She's found the interested party, and I'll just tell you this, guys. I mean, I've been doing this since November, and the shout out, that what I wanted to say is that just stick with it. It's gonna come. I'm waiting for, you know, the momentum to start building. And it can be discouraging at sometimes, but I just want to let you know that if you stay in this and you believe in yourself and what it is that you're doing, that great things are on their way. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. So, yeah, it wasn't me. It was Amber. So, but thanks very much, Amy. I appreciate that.
One more shout out. Jody McLean hit her Strive for 5 this week. I believe that she is under, she's under Gavin or on Gavin's team somewhere, because Gavin's who sent me that message. So big shout out to Jody McLean for hitting her Strive for 5 this week. Super exciting. That's awesome. Way to go. Now I'm going to pass it over to Chris and let him do what he needs to do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amy, and appreciate you and all that you do. Guys, we're just so humbled to have such an incredible team. And by the way, you guys just totally rocked it out, not only last month, but, you know, getting to the event. Our team made a major showing at the event, and I was blown away. I mean, it was just absolutely incredible when we saw how many people were in this group. And unfortunately, we weren't able to connect with everyone. There was many leaders that I was not able to connect with. But when we started this journey, and many of us got together, and it started with 2, and the next thing you know is 3, 4, 5, and the leaders that came one after the other, it really was mind-blowing how fast this thing resonated with so many people. And we talked about a run, which was going to be get position, hit position, recognition. Guys, we executed that exactly perfect. And we said that we're going to tell the story of where we're going, and then we're going to tell the story of what we've done, and then people are going to be recognized, and we're going to do all that. And that was awesome. But what we want to make sure that everyone realizes is that a story is only to lead to another story, right? So all the stories that we broke so far have been amazing, but it's not about us. It's not about Ricky. It's not about Micah. It's not about Shane. It's not about, you know, Massini or Sean and Kay. It's not about, you know, any of the leaders that we already have, but this system is designed to lift other leaders up, right? And if we get focused so much to where we think that these are the only leaders, then we're missing the ball. So many times that we are getting on calls with people think that they need to have every single one of us on a leadership call or on something, thinking that you have to have Ricky or you have to have Chris or you have to have one of the other major leaders on the call. But guys, I've been on some welcome calls or some calls that we've done that we have leaders within this group that are platinums and some that are not even platinums yet that have absolutely blown me away. Guys, I've been on calls with Colt and Shar and Robin and Marcy and so many other people and Micah's team and so many leaders, leader after leader, that I am blown away by how sharp the leaders are. And what we need to make sure as a team is that we don't get too focused on rank or positional leadership, but making sure that everyone is recognized for the leaders that they are. And guys, we have some up-and-coming leaders that are going to blow your mind when you start seeing these people being showcased and what they're doing within the group. And more importantly, the leaders that are being brought up and the ones that are being developed, they're going to be some of the most amazing stories. So guys, as we're doing this, the whole reason to create the story is to, one, prove the model, which we've already done. But the next step is to basically make sure that you're edifying the other leaders within the group, right? And they need to know that there are layers and layers and layers of leadership. Why are we sharing this? Guys, I've been in the industry for now 20 years. It's 19 years, right? We're almost 20 in May. It'll be 20 years. And in that 20 years, I've seen a whole lot of things. I've seen people run through the ranks and I've seen it all fall apart because of egos. I've seen people break things apart or start to think that they've arrived and all that, and their personal development didn't rise with their rank, right? So guys, as a team, we're going to be digging into personal development in a big way. We're going to be implementing this, and this is part of Robert's strategy with the whole training model and everything that they're doing, is to make sure that we are creating the mindset that goes along with the rank. Because rank doesn't mean anything, your check doesn't mean anything. I've seen people that had checks that were way bigger than what their leadership skills were. Now, we have some incredible leaders in this team, and I want to be very clear, I'm not saying this because that's what we're seeing, but we want to nip it in the bud beforehand, and we also want to make sure that as a team, we're growing to be able to handle what we're about to have. Many of you on this call are going to have bigger checks than you've ever possibly imagined. And, you know, they have that saying that if you can give someone $1 million, but that doesn't make them a millionaire. Because when that money is gone, then they have nothing. But you can take a millionaire and take away all their money, and they'll do it again. Because it's a skill set that got them there. It's a mindset that got them there. So as leaders, we have to make sure that we're always sharpening our axe, that we're always working on ourselves. Guys, this week, I have literally listened to, I would say at least 20 hours of training on YouTube of different mentors that I've indirectly mentored under, and some of them I'm actually mentoring under or mentored under, and I've literally listened to hours and hours and hours of training this week. And you would say, well, I've heard you say a lot of that stuff. So what? The bottom line is there's so much stuff that I don't know. There's so many things that I can work on. And guys, let's just be totally transparent. You know, at the event this last weekend and all that stuff, there were things that I was dealing with. There was things that I was struggling with from an ego perspective, and making sure that I'm keeping myself humble and making sure that, you know, I'm not going to go off the deep end from that perspective. Because guys, when you hit a certain level of leadership, or you start to see things, and you see somebody on stage and you're like, well, you know, why did they get an hour on stage? I didn't get an hour on stage, or whatever. These are things that can happen to you. And you have to be so I was at least in check, realizing that, and I was struggling with it because I was like, I'm not supposed to have these thoughts. Why is my ego attacking me, right? So these are things that I was working on, and I shared this with Micah, and we were talking about, look, we've been through this before. You know, fortunately, we've been blessed enough to go through this before, and we were talking about it, and we were like, yeah, that's another good point. So Michael, I want to just bounce to you, and then after, I know you have some incredible information to share, and then I might ask you a couple questions, but share kind of like what we talked about and what you've experienced in the past.
Hey guys, first I want to say I'm so proud of you, everybody, for showing up and what this team is doing. And Shweta, I am so happy that you're at the head of this team and that you have so much experience in this subject matter right now, and that we see eye to eye, and that we know our hearts are in the right place, and we want to lead this whole entire company and culture, because Team Rise is going to be the defining team to define the culture. All of you guys get to be a part of it, and all of us do. But what we have experienced in the past, we had the most incredible company and the most incredible culture. I would have never thought that I would have ever left that company, ever. I was 100% all in, and we changed so many people's lives, and it was the best times of my life. And what happened was when you get power, when people get power, when they get money, and they start making silly money, and I'm talking 50,000 plus a month, silly money, what we watched happen was egos completely tear the whole entire company apart. And it was very devastating. I mean, it's taken me this long. It's been almost 3 years since, to just recover from what we experienced. And it was tough, and it ruined relationships. And I'm going to be very transparent because I am not innocent in this. When I started making more money than anybody in my family did, I was in the top 2% of the wealth in the world, and I got a big head. I really thought that my poo didn't stink, and I lost my 2 best friends in the whole wide world, and my godchildren because of success. And there's also jealousy and things like that come along with it. But if you don't check yourself, and if we don't, as leaders and people in this team, just right now stick our feet firmly in the ground and decide and make the choice that we're going to, you got to be like Mother Teresa. It can't be something that, because it is not about you. The only reason you ranked up at all is because of all of the people that are working together as a team. And so you have to treat your team and everyone with so much kindness and so much love and so much compassion. You can't tell people what to do and put people, you just have to be a servant-driven leader. And I just, Mother Teresa is the one that comes to my mind. And I'm so thankful that I've had this experience and that I know, because when you go and have all this success, and I mean, people were asking for our autographs at events. That's how big it was. I mean, when people are asking for your autograph, how do you act? When you become a celebrity within a community that's, growing. So what I really want to say is, make sure that you put people around you that are close to you that can check you. We didn't have any coaching of what to do with all of the money, what to do with all of the success. And it just was like the wild, wild west, and people were just running amok being crazy. And I don't want to see that happen here at all. And so if you need any coaching on this or mentorship in this area, like if you start to, or if you see things going on, like I will be the police. I'll be the ego police. I have no problem with it at all. But we have to commit to each other that we're going to stay humble, that the brand new person, that's where we stay. We stay as a brand new person, and that our rank and our checks do not become us, and we do not become them. And if we do that, then we're going to be able to really have long withstanding success, and it won't eat itself up, which could happen.
Hey, Mike, this is Ricky here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, I just wanted to cover what happened yesterday with Mr. Gavin and how that was handled. I think the team needs to know what we're about. We're working together as a team, not against each other.
Yeah, is Gavin on?
Absolutely.
Okay, Gavin, I would love for you to speak with me on this, because you guys, we had something really cool happen yesterday, and it could have gone a couple different ways. One of our people had been working with someone, and I'm working real closely with her to do Strive for 5, and she's in the Dallas area, and she's been working with somebody since February 2nd. Reaching out, introduced the product to him, did all the right things, was following up and, et cetera, et cetera. He finally said that he would have a sample from her, that he would accept a sample from her. So she was just about to get it out. And then the next message she sent, oh, Gavin's sending me some. So I reached out to Gavin, and Ricky came in as a leader, and we all had a conversation just to figure it out, because what we're seeing happen is that there's a lot of teams coming over from other companies. And what can happen is if we don't set a precedent to where we work together to figure it out, we could cause a lot of issues and among the even we need to be mindful of. We have to be something that we want as elevated entrepreneurs is to have any teams mad or hate each other. That when that hate comes in, that's not an elevated entrepreneur. And if we're going to be elevated leaders, then let's talk about it. And I was so impressed with how it was handled. Gavin, you are a world-class, just amazing young man, and I am so thankful that you just freely said, okay, yeah, for sure, let's, he sent a message right over to the gentleman and said, hey, I heard that you are working with so-and-so, so go ahead, she's got, she's in a really great team and you're with our team, so we want you to stay over there. It was amazing that they did that he did that. And, of course, Ricky was totally down with it too. So Gavin, do you want to share and add anything on that about, maybe where your mindset is about that?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people reaching out that are excited. So my insight on it is really like, if you can keep someone else excited that they're bringing on someone new, then the satisfaction of just knowing that person is excited about their new person, that's like what it's all about. I mean, there's like however many millions of cups of coffee that are drank every day is the way I look at it. So like, go knock on the neighbor's door if you want to find somebody new. But it's going to happen. Like, there's going to be people that reach out that, have mutual friends from other companies. And I didn't know that he was already working with somebody, but I found that out and was like, look, like, go through them. They introduced you and you're still a part of an amazing team because I'm a part of the same one. So we all are. So, that's just play fair. You would want somebody doing that for you. If it was the other way around is the way I look at it. So if you just do the right thing, then everybody's gonna have what they deserve and what they earn. So that's
and what you didn't know, Gavin, is that came at a time when I was in the middle of having a powwow with her, helping her get through those emotions that come up when you've sown so many seeds and you're just about to break through, but it's not happening as fast as others, and so you're wondering if something's wrong with you. So all this happened right at that time, and you completely helped turn that woman's whole world around because you showed that we do work together, that we are one team, one dream, and it got her a win. And it's so important that everybody gets to win and that we help each other experience that. And so I just, I challenge all of you to think about other people, not just yourself. And if we're like that, if we're like Mother Teresa, if we're servant-driven leaders, then we're going to win in such a big way. And those shares are real, guys. We get to earn 250,000 shares in this company as we move up through the ranks. And if we help each other out, I mean, it's just going to take, the value in our wealth for a lifetime so much bigger. So thanks, Gavin, so much again. I can't even say enough. If you ever need anything at all, I am here for you.
We appreciate you. That's what it's all about.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Hey, guys, I've been getting a lot of messages throughout the week about the 200 shares that obviously we offered to you guys. That's going to take a little time, okay, guys? We're going to get them. Judy Willitson is going to be the one giving out the shares. It wasn't something that the company did. It was something that Judy did for us, okay? So just please be patient. You will get those 200 shares for the people that showed up to convention, okay? Thank you so much. I'll pass the ball back over to Chris.
Awesome. So guys, again, let's make sure that as you are basically, as leaders, as we're bringing someone up through the ranks, or you're doing a three-way call with someone, make sure that you edify the person that you're doing the three-way call with, right? Even if they're a brand new person, there's a way to edify them, right? So if I'm on the phone with Micah and she's a brand new person and she has me on the phone with, just call it Mary Sue, right? I'd be like, Mary Sue, you are so blessed to be working with such an incredible person in Micah. She's one of our up-and-coming leaders and really has a heart to help people. So we're fired up for you. And then I'm going to edify Micah to build her up to that person to where they know that they have someone to work with. So guys, the last thing we want to do as a leader is go in when we're doing a call or whatever and make the attention about us, or look what I did and look how this all works. We told the strategy, and this is the same strategy Mike and I ran in the last company. It was basically get position, hit position, recognition, right? Pass the ball. Guys, it's time for us to start passing the baton. We have so many up-and-coming leaders that are just amazing, and it's been great watching the duplication go, and leader after leader duplicating the exact same thing. So our strategy in getting started and duplicating certain things like the welcome call has been absolutely amazing watching this go through the whole team. So let's talk about this a little bit because, again, it's always about the same thing, the same thing. Many people are like, we all talked about that last week. Guess what? We'll talk about it again next week and the week after and the week after because, see, there's no new information out there. The bottom line is if the system is ABC, then we're not going to say, well, you know, ABC is getting boring, so let's add D and E and F and all that stuff. Guys, the system is the system. We're exposing people. We're going through the process when we get a new person started. We go through the welcome call. Why do we go through the welcome call? Because the welcome call is where you get to connect the emotional activity of the brain to the activity of the system. Whether it be, you know, getting people to watch a video, to getting people to try a sample, to basically just get people locked in to the 2 exposures a day, to getting the people to emotionally think, what would it be like to have ABC happen, right? If people lock in emotionally, they will do the activity. So they say if your why is strong enough, the how-to will come. And guys, at the end of the day, you don't have to know everything about what we're doing, but you have to be passionate about what we're doing. And it's so funny, every single time when we're talking to somebody and they're telling us that they have a struggle, we can always hear what that struggle is based on the language. And 99% of the times, it boils down to their mindset. 99% of the time. And why is that? Because our philosophy, our belief system will create certain activities, right? So based on the way that we think, based on the way that we believe, we'll create certain activities / actions, and then those actions are going to create the results. Guys, if you have stinking thinking, you attract a bunch of stinking stuff going on, right? You're just going to attract exactly what you think about, right? We attract what we think about. We attract, unfortunately, who we are. So if you want to do more, you have to become more, right? We have to basically always be sharpening the axe, always be working on ourselves, and then again, helping people create that mindset. So guys, we have to believe in people enough to where we can get them doing some activities until they start to believe in themselves as much as we believe in them, right? Many times when you just pour love into people, and that's one of the things I believe that has been so instrumental in our team. When we all started talking as leaders, we started talking about creating that environment where people feel loved, where they feel connected, where they feel like they make a difference, right? To where they're contributing to something. If you break down the 6 basic human needs, you know, you got certainty, uncertainty, you got love and connection, right? You have, now I'm going to say, where's the 6? We have contribution. Growth is number 5. And I probably said 2 together, love and connection, right? So basically, these are all things that when you're not happy, one of those things are gone. When you're not growing, guess what? You're not going to be happy. When you don't feel connected to people and you're not feeling loved, right? Oh, the last one is significance. When you don't feel significant, then you're just unhappy and there's something going on in your gut and you don't know what it is because people aren't making you feel significant. And guys, we want you to know that you are significant to us. You are significant to this team. You are important to us. And if you get one new customer this month, guess what? You had some growth. And in that growth, you contributed to the team. Because many times it's that one customer. We had a girl in the team that was like literally $16 over a rank, right? 16 bucks. What if you didn't do that one customer? It's possible that that rank wouldn't have hit. So guys, everything that you do does matter, and we recognize that. And we want you to know that we recognize that and that you are important and that you matter. So with that being said, guys, I mean, it's so important for us to make sure, number one, that we are continually working on ourselves, continually sharpen that axe. Like, you're going to keep hearing me say that, because I believe it was Ben Franklin, I think it's Ben Franklin, who said, if I had 10 hours to cut down a tree, I would spend 90% of the time sharpening his axe. Because, guys, when your axe is sharp, it's really easy to cut down the tree. But if you're hitting the tree with a dull axe, it takes a long time to chop down the tree. So with that being said, let's open it up to some of the leaders. I know we have so many people on here that can contribute some amazing input. So I just want to bring on one of the leaders, one of the Platinums, if you would. Open up maybe if you have anything to share or add to what we just went over. Abraham Lincoln, you're good. Thank you. I knew somebody. In fact, I saw Gavin about to type, and I forgot who it was. That's why I said I think Ben Franklin. Was it Abraham Lincoln? Are you sure? By the way, somebody, one of the Platinums. I know we got many on here.
Sean. Hey, it's Cole.
What's up, Sean?
Nope. Okay.
Hey guys, if you haven't started reading Big Potential yet, read it. From that book, it's tonight.
I can't hear you. Did you say read Big Potential if you haven't read it yet?
That's what it sounded like. Sean,
You might have to type it out. We can't hear you.
Cool. Colty, you out there, brother? Because we can't hear Sean.
Yeah. All right. So just like Gavin did, you know how our community, we have integrity, guys. Melissa was speaking to a gentleman that I've been talking to for a while, and she posted it in this thread right here. You know, she could have easily sent him product. He was kind of playing, silly. Some people want to milk and get all the free product they want from everybody out here. But she did the right thing, and I'm really grateful, because when she told me she was talking to him too, I'm like, oh crap, like, oh man, what are we gonna do? And she goes, no, you talk to him first. I'm gonna do it. She's like, and it just felt so good and reassuring. So thank you, Melissa, and let's just pay it forward, guys, and do the right thing, because that's what I wanted to share.
So guys, people are going to, and especially as we're growing this thing, look, people want to join leaders. They want to join somebody that they know that they're going to get support from. But so we want to also make sure that we keep integrity, because I don't care what team you're in Team Rise, you have an amazing leader over you. You have an amazing leader. If you're not that amazing leader, there's another leader that has your back. There's someone else that can help support your team. Guys, the beautiful thing about our comp plan is that it rewards pouring into people. It rewards, it doesn't matter where somebody is in your team. It doesn't matter if they're way deep down in your group. It doesn't matter where they are in your team. It basically matters keeping integrity at all times. So let's open it up to one of the other leaders.
Hey, Chris, I'm here. This is Ricky. Hey, guys, don't forget Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, team training on how to get started, the place of work. The reason we didn't do it the last 2 weeks was going into convention. So it'll be this Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, okay? All right, thank you.
Melissa, you out there? You want to share anything? Shar, Marcy. I'm gonna start calling y'all out if y'all aren't jumping on here.
I know. I was about to share. I was clicking on turning my camera on and stuff. No, I just wanted to say, if any of you have not listened to our owner and how this company has came to be, I encourage you to listen to that. I know I shared the YouTube of the recording from Sunday night when he did the meeting at home office, and y'all watch that. It's an hour and a half long, but you really need to watch it to understand what we have our hands on, guys. It's awesome to hear it straight from Robert Arblon's mouth. So
Awesome.
And that was it.
Appreciate you. Melissa McGuire. I'm calling you out, girl.
I know. I can't make all my stuff happen. I can't find my camera. Calling me out. So happy. Let me see here. I think I'm unmuted.
You are.
Okay, perfect. Hey guys, I'm so excited about what we have here. Like, listening to everyone almost gets me choked up because this is the first time in my history in network marketing that I truly feel like we're all on the same path together, and it's like our heartbeats are all beating the same. From Micah when she was talking, and Chris and Ricky and Robin and Shar and Colt, and it doesn't and Mike Massini and Gavin, like, it doesn't matter whose team you're on here. It feels like we're just one big team. I know that we were going to do a millennial Zoom earlier, and then we're going to record it because it was such an impactful part of the event to see all these young people. And no, I'm not elderly, Colt. I love when he said that. He got like put in check, like elderly. I'm like, I'm just an elder. But it just felt really cool to have all these like young people who can speak the same language, all up on stage, being recognized for what they're doing here, and knowing that what we have here can truly change a generation, you know, lots of generations to come. So we're working on putting that together, and we'll post that so you can share it. If you have any younger people on your team or anybody that you're talking to, I think that'll be a great tool. And just seeing all the different leaders step up and knowing that it's not about your rank or your check here. The newest leaders, we haven't even like met yet. And so that's really exciting, like to know that in your business, you know, you haven't even met the person that's going to take you to the next level yet to lock arms with. So super exciting. And I'm just so blessed that Robin was persistent enough to stick with me and have the patience for over a month that it took for me to to come over. So that's what I got.
Where is that rock star Robin?
She's probably cutting somebody's gorgeous hair somewhere.
Hey, I got something real quick, if I could talk real quick.
Yep, you're definitely on the agenda.
You say no?
No,
I said no. Oh, come on. I'm in the middle of like closing up that work group, but I just wanted to say, you know, I did a lot of people ask me about the Pekin Pass, and they think that, you know, you have to go to like an upline for that. I just want to let you guys know, like, we're all the same. You don't have to go to someone above. I mean, you know, you can go to anybody that knows the answer to the question that they have. You can go to anyone. And Pekin Pass is important. So even if, like, you know the answer, but you're like, hey, this is a good opportunity for me to pass the ball, let me do it. And just try to get anybody on there, you know, because we're all one team, and you don't have to be a leader or anything like that, because we're all leaders, right? We're all going to have a huge team. So anybody can do that. I just kind of wanted to throw that out there real quick.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Shar. And by the way, I've used Shar on three-way calls. I mean, I'm using everybody. Robin, over to you.
All right, Chris, thank you. So what I'd like to add is I wasn't able to hop on right at first. I'm not sure if we went over this. I'm actually have a client under the dryer, so I'm just hopping on really quick. And what I'd like to share is we had a little bit of discussion about having the welcome calls and how amazing they are. And as a team, I think it's awesome that we can provide that value deep within our team. But as we know, we're all leaders, and it's our chance to rise up and lead our team. And so I would like to share with everyone that although we're here to do the welcome calls and to get everyone started, we really want to implement something or some sort of guidelines where we can say, hey, you know, grab your upline to do a welcome call. And you definitely need to have a welcome call for your personals. But it's up to us to take those notes and learn how to do a welcome call. Therefore, we can provide the value deep within our team, because we can't continue to rely on the leaders above, because we rised up, right? We raised up or rised up to be a leader for our team, and it's each and every one of our responsibility to do the same. And the only way that this is going to create duplication is that you have to also do a welcome call. And we're not here to leave people alone. I mean, we will do them for you, like all your front lines, and then we'll hop on one while you do one. And we'll even, you know, write little notes on the side to help you remember, but we really need to guide you to do it, because therefore you're going to also help, your people rise up and do welcome calls. So eventually you won't be doing the welcome calls, but your team will. But the only way to create that duplication is for you to be an example of that. So I just wanted to share.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this one or not, because I don't know if she likes to talk on the calls, but Diana Carroll, you out there? If you want to share, share. If not, I know that you're a superstar leader that's building very quickly, so would love to have you share if you want to.
Hear me? Hear me?
A little bit, yes ma'am.
Okay, I'm not techie, so I got put on the spot.
So I said I didn't know if
I don't know what to say. You ain't in trouble.
Okay,
I mean, it's an amazing company. We have an amazing opportunity. And I came to the company a little different than everybody else. This product changed my life. I mean, for 6 years, I have battled food cravings, and this coffee has been my prayer. And that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I know there's others that have the same addiction, and this is their answer. Not only that, this company, the leadership, Amy, Rick, Judy, these calls want to be on. I've been in other companies, and it's like, we got a team call tonight. Do I really have to get on? Not these calls. You want to be on. The excitement is real. And that's what makes it all real here. That's all I got.
Awesome. So guys, when I talked to Diana originally, she was a very high up leader in another company, wouldn't even tell me her whole name. She was just like, just call me Diana. What company are you with? Don't worry about that. But I love this product and I want to start sharing it. And she wanted to make sure that we were a solid company, wanted to make sure that everything was legit and we were a place of integrity. And then when she saw that, she went to running and has already run past platinum. So again, congratulations, Diana, and love to hear your insights. So thank you so much. So guys, with that being said, we have some amazing things not only happening, but coming. And guys, this is your chance. This is your chance in this company to go out there and do what you're capable of doing. The worst thing that can happen through this whole process is you don't push the gas and don't start working towards what you were capable of. Guys, my biggest fear has been to not live up to my potential. So many times people are on that rocking chair on the front porch, and most of the time people in their deathbed don't talk about the things that they did, but talk about the things that they didn't do, or their regrets, and the things that they could have done. Guys, I promise you that if you do not go all in here, if you do not take all out massive action, you will be upset with yourself. You will regret. And guys, there is no time for regret. You know, the biggest nation in this world is procrastination. Right now is not the time for procrastination. Right now is your time to win. Right now is your time to figure out whatever it is that you need to get straight in your head, to press the gas and run fast. Because I promise you, we're already seeing it happen where people in towns are like, you know, when people are saying, guys, we had stories like Ricky put me on the phone with a trainer this week where the trainer was over here and people talk about Happy Coffee. And he's like, I'm hearing people talk about this Happy Coffee everywhere. And I realized that timing is everything. I want to be a part of this. He was in another company and started to share and is already bringing people on board and running. It happened a second time with a salon owner who she kept hearing people talking about Happy Coffee. And she's like, what's this Happy Coffee everyone's talking about? Guys, our script is working with prospects. Prospects are saying the Happy Coffee everyone's talking about. It's working. It's duplicating. Prospects are saying, have you heard about that Happy Coffee everybody's been talking about? I've never seen this happen before, guys. It's amazing. It's crazy what's going on. You have to believe in what we're doing. You have to know that everyone needs to know about this. There's many people like Diana Carroll out there that are waiting for someone to share something with them, that are looking for something. They're waiting for them to throw them the life vest to basically save their life. Guys, I was on a call the other night with Gavin a welcome call. And this, I mean, dude, it was so impactful. This woman was like, I was going through some things and I was really, you know, on my wits end. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I heard a live that he did. And I knew that that's what I was supposed to do. I knew that this was going to be the savior, that this was going to pull me out of my desperation. Guys, there's a lot of people out there that are waiting for someone to share this with them. There's a lot of people that are waiting for something to come in their life where they can take control of their freedom and their finances. And it's our job to go out there and share it with them. Guys, if you're not sharing this with people, you are being selfish because you're worried about what someone might think of you, because you're worried about your feelings or your thoughts. You're basically not going out there and impacting people because of fear. Guys, we're doing an injustice by doing that. I see Aaron. Aaron, did you have something you wanted to share real quick?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I just, I'm Walton here from Australia, Queensland. Can you hear me at all?
Yes, I can.
Okay. 2 months ago, I give 2 coffees that were sitting in my truck to a complete stranger. His head was crouched down, his shoulders were forward. I reached out to him and I said, mate, what's wrong? He said, mate, you don't want to know. You haven't got time. I said, mate, I wouldn't have asked if I wasn't serious. I gave him the 2 coffees, told him a little bit about it. I said, mate, this is what I'm doing. Get back to me. That was 2 months ago. I saw that man on Wednesday. It's now Friday here in Australia. I saw him in a cafe. I said, mate, I've got to ask. He said, mate, I didn't think you'd recognise me. I said, I've got to ask, what did the coffee do for you? This was 2 coffees. He said, mate, I didn't think it'd work, but how do I get some? I said, mate, I'll give you the details. Give me a credit card. Let's go. He said, look, I'll give you the money for it up front. And he had a mate sitting there beside him that was having coffee. He said, what's this stuff? I said, it's coffee. It's coffee that makes you feel good. He said, I want one too. Bang. There's 2 blokes that want a cup of coffee. I don't know them from a bar of soap. So this is working. This is really, really working. That's all I've got to say.
Awesome. So guys, again, if we're not sharing this with every person that we know, it really boils down to being selfish. If you knew you had something that could impact someone's life and you didn't share it with them, what kind of person does that make you? I mean, really, if you start looking at it from that perspective, then you're not worried about fear or anxiety about talking to someone. The worst case scenario is your life stays the same. That's the worst thing that can happen. See, if you prospected somebody and you went to go talk to them and they said no and you dropped dead, then it would make sense to not talk to them. But that's not what happens, guys. The worst thing they say, no means not now. It just means that they weren't ready right that second. It doesn't mean no forever. It just means not now. So with that being said, guys, we have a Zoom that's starting off. I think we do have an opportunity Zoom tonight, don't we? With Mark Wilson and all that. Let's make sure, my alarm just went off, so I'm sure we do. Let's make sure we pack that out. Let's get some people on this Zoom. Let's go out there and start building this thing. Let's go change some lives. Guys, I appreciate you all. Just want to let you know that we do really, really, really appreciate everything that y'all are doing and working on yourselves and creating the life that you want. So with that being said, guys, we love you all. Everybody have an awesome night.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.